And I'm live. Hey, what's up, YouTube? It's your boy Danny up in here. Just conversating. I'm home at the moment. About to go to work, but I was sitting down watching The Fallen State by what's this man's name? I forgot his name, but I'm pretty sure if you search it, you're gonna find it. The Fallen State. And yeah, but it's one thing I got from this guy. A lot of people is confused by him. A lot of people is really confused by him and stuff like that. But I I see the deep psychology of him. Like he literally like had black young black activists. He had he had satanics. He had all types of people on his show, and he's talking to them. And I'm catching. And at first, I took it as a disrespectful because when he was talking about black issues, he was saying, "Oh, you people is going through this. Black Lives Matter is just, you know, you're just an angry group. Y'all more terrorists than the KKK. You know what I mean? And me, I'm just like, the hell is wrong with this man? Like, what kind of drugs is he taking? Like, he must be on some drugs, or he must got that shock treatment that Kanye West got, where where he putting on a Donald Trump hat. But then I did not judge. I'm naturally not a quick person to judge. So seeing that hopefully y'all can see me. I mean, seeing that, it's like so I was like, yeah. So I was like, all right. So what I got from this is that he was trying to make a point. And if anybody watches The Fallen State on the YouTube channel, I mean, this guy has a point. He has a point. I mean, a lot of people might not agree. His name is Ty Barnett, but he has a point. And the point that I see is that and I know I'm blabbering, but I'm just doing an introduction of what I'm about to say. But white people, he talks about like white people isn't the enemy. Like, like, oh, white people is not the enemy. And I had to agree with that because he was testing so much radical thinkers that the problem popped up and they didn't know how to react. And that's something that needs to be talked about. That we need to stop blaming white people. I'm telling you, I know that the face, like a lot of people, like what people like the Ty Barnett that has the host is The Fallen State. Thing that he needs to understand is that I'm pretty sure he knows, but he's pushing the thought. I see it. So, but I'm pretty sure black people wake up every day and they have to face this enemy that has this hate and has this stereotype, and we've been manifested into it. Um. So yeah, I mean, like, so yeah, you're gonna see a white person be like, okay, it's white people that's doing this to me. But I think what is being brought up when I got from The Fallen State, all of these interviews and these discussions, is that we gotta stop blaming white people. And this has been on my mind for a long time. It's not white people. It's the government. The government is everybody know the government is like the Illuminati. The government is the Illuminati. The government is the Illuminati. The government. Yes, it is. So I think we as a people, and this message needs to be relayed to everybody. I don't know how, spiritually, physically, something needs to be relayed to everybody that white people is not the problem. It's the government. It's the systematical system, which is the Illuminati that has the eye. I know I'm going into some conspiracy shit with the eye on the dollar, but nigga, it's real. It's when you have organizations that's name one black organization that's going against white people. You can say Black Lives Matter, but that's literally a hashtag. Don't take it out of context. It's a hashtag that says we matter. And why was it said? Because the killings. If somebody's killing all of your family members and that's trauma. That Black Lives Matter hashtag was to help people with that trauma, the trauma of thinking, you know what, my life is helpless. You know, the trauma of people thinking like, you know what, I could be next, my cousin could be next, and I can't do nothing about it. But that just gives the strength of saying, you know what, it does matter. We do matter. And things can happen when things matter. When you matter, you have value. When you have value, you can take action on certain things because you have that value. And when you don't have value, you're depressed, you're sad. So the Black Lives Matter is a hashtag that, you know, that promotes Black positivity and Black self-awareness. But at the same time, we need to realize that we need to stop saying white people. We need to scratch that. And white people is just a term that doesn't even exist. White people, it doesn't exist. They have pale skin. You call them pale people, and you call us dark people, but not all of us is dark. So what you gonna say about that? What I'm saying is, let's just take it out. You know, like what was said in the Bible. It's not about flesh and all that. It's about spiritual warfare, and I have to agree with this man. I mean, I read the Bible, but I'm saying he was agreeing with that too. But I'm like, yeah, I do agree with it, cause we need to start like really stop pointing the finger, stop even mentioning white people. I know that there are due to the white organizations and the white colonization and all of that. You know, there's gonna be a lot of people that looks Caucasian that you're gonna be like, okay, racist. You know what I mean? You're gonna think that. But what I'm saying is, you gotta point the finger at that paper, the paper that was written from the government. None of this stuff would be happening if it wasn't for the government. So I think people need to stop saying like the devil and stuff like. I mean, I personally, I do believe in spiritual and the evil and good. Devil, God, I see that, but at the same time, we need to start pointing the finger at the physical demon that's out here, and that's the government. We need to stop talking about white people is not the enemy, because I got white family, but white people is not the enemy. It's the government. So yeah, I mean, yeah. So I think this is a PSA that we need to stop blaming white people. We need to start blaming the government. Because we are so influential that when we really start blaming the government, and every word that comes out our mouth is, oh, who's who? How did you how explain racism? How have you been you know, how have you been hit with racism? The government did this. Oh, explain racism in your everyday life. The government. The government. The government. And once you start saying the government, you got white people that's gonna start saying the government. You got any people start, and then everybody's gonna start pointing the finger at the real situation instead of saying white, black, because you're not gonna get nowhere with saying white man. Honestly, you give more power to the white man. Because if somebody was saying, yo, it's Daniel Gibbs the reason why I'm not doing good. Shit, nigga, you giving me power. I would feel like, damn, yo, I'm really influential, even positive or negative. I'm influential in people's lives. So we gotta stop giving, you know, certain people that starve for this type of attention that, oh, it's white people. Because I'm telling you that there is white people that that loves this attention, that feeds off of it. There's black people that loves, you know, I don't know. But I think it's negative, black and white. Everybody has a negative. And you know what I mean? I'm not trying to use those terms. And I said that I was going to have a better term of using black people and white people. But I haven't come with that because I'm still doing my research. But yeah, but let's just stop. This main video is basically about, let's not point the finger or say anything about white people. It's the government. This is systematical oppression. We went through a Holocaust. Yes, it was white people. You know, and we can't play the you know, the you bad, I'm gonna be badder, because you know like when I say that, I mean, like, you know, they blame us for all of this type of stuff. They use a lot of psychology as evil, but at the end of the day, we need to really start smart. We gotta. I'm not saying we smarten up. We smarten up, or we smartening up, but at the same time, we gotta back up, analyze the situation, and be like, you know what? It's the government. It's the government. Government is ripping apart black families. The government is not giving these police officers no jail time. The government is the reason is helping the umbrella of these judges prosecuting all these black men. The government is the reason why, you know, black female just got all of this money from these black men, you know, it's called child support. I mean, it's the government, you know what I mean? So let's not, like, in this video is mainly about, let's really start blaming the government. And that's such a hard thing to do because we are so trained almost to be like, oh, it's a white guy that's doing it. No. Let's stop giving them the power. You know, and that's about it. I really felt like that was needed to be talked about because I've been seeing several interviews from activists, and then they'd be like, oh, and you know, he would be like, yo, so who's doing this to you? And they would sit down, they would pause, like, the white guy. I'm like, who's making your life horrible? The white guy. Who's holding you back? I guess the white guy. No, it's the government. So we gotta stop saying white people and start saying the government. PSA. I should have said PSA to all my people because we need this. All right. 11 minutes, and I'm gonna have more information, but this one was juicy. We need to really stop saying white people and start saying the government instead of, and other thing I want to throw out there real quick, instead of saying racism, we need to start saying terrorism, because racism doesn't exist. All right. And then he was talking about that too, the fallen state. I got a good juicy amount of information from this guy. And you know, the racism doesn't exist. It's terrorism. If we was replacing the word racism with terrorism, I guarantee you we would start looking at shit different. It's terrorism. It's not racism. It's terrorism. Racism doesn't, it sounds rhetorical. It's redundant because we all are a race. So what do you mean? But I want to say that I see that white people separate themselves from black people because we have more melanin and it's a chemical thing, so they feel like they're a different species now. So now we're racist. You know, but that's redundant. You know what I mean? It is redundant because we all human at the end of the day. Period. So yes, this is racism is terrorism. Period. There's no in between. And I realized there's something else that I want to talk about. And it wasn't meant for this video, but I'll say it anyway. That I also see something that is truly holding the black you know, black ethnicity down, is because it's the middle class, high class, and the lower class mindset system. All right, I was looking at this and it's made wild sense to me today. So I was just like, you know what? If you take away the middle class and just have a higher class and a lower class, that would do something to your mind. That won't make you feel so comfortable. Because sometimes people hear middle class and they're like, oh, I can't shoot for no high class because that sounds like a lot of work. A lot of these people just got money from their fathers and parents and stuff like that. I'll just deal with this middle class thing. And I think that's the problem that we go through, because this middle class and lower class was built off of colonization on building America. So, you know, just that mindset of having that class structure in your mind, I think we just need to just have that mindset of either you're a lower class or a higher class. There's no middle class. And especially with these trillionaires that's popping up, it's more trillionaires, it's more trillionaires and billionaires now. The middle class is always far distant now. It's either you lower class or high class. And I think if we have that mindset, I guarantee you will see more sisters and brothers you know, aiming past the clouds, you know what I mean, for the sky. And that's what I wanted to get out. But there'll definitely be more videos coming out. But I just wanted to get that out, that stop blaming white. I'm not trying to say stop blaming white people, because we have every right to look at them and be like, yo, they are a problem. But at the same time, we know as a person, everything starts with yourself. And we got to work on that. We got to work on ourselves and say that, you know what, it's not them, it's the government. Period. Because when we start pointing the fingers at the government, we can make a change. But when we point the fingers at white people, or people that persons that call themselves white, there's not going to be a change. There's going to be an unnecessary conversation with you and a so-called white person. It's gonna be redundant. Because you're gonna get some type of information that the person is gonna be talking about, like stuff that their fathers and their grandfathers were telling them, like that's you're not gonna get. But I see that we're not gonna get nowhere talking about white people is the oppressor. We need to start talking about the government. Period. I mean, and we are passionate people. Black people are very passionate. You might think somebody's mad, but they are very passionate about what they're talking about. If somebody's mad, a lot of people, like, we don't, as a society, we don't talk about, we don't have a class in school that talks about emotion. We don't have a class in school that talks about thoughts. So deciphering, anger and happiness is not something that we learned in school. It sounds so simple, but it's something that needs to be learned about, because happiness, emotions, one emotion is not consistent. Two people that's married for 5 years did not have that consistent love from the beginning. That lust on love turned into commitment and understanding. So emotion is inconsistent. You know what I mean? So we are trying to decipher of anger, and you try to call so-called black people is angry. I mean, black people angry is very passionate. They're very passionate. We're very passionate people. I believe everybody has a passion in them. But when you're experiencing something throughout centuries, hundreds of years, and you look at the history, I mean, I'm a hip hop fan. And the reason why I'm a hip hop fan, because I know the history. You know what I mean? I look at the golden ages of the 80s because I know the history. And it's because of our knowing our history, because we are passionate about these problems, because we deal with it every day. You know what I mean? So this is 16 minutes. I'm not trying to make it no 30-minute video, but I'm gonna leave it like this. And let's just do that. Let's not blame white people. Let's not hear it no more. Let's try to throw it away. And then my next video, I think I'll be talking about the N-word. Nigga. I'll be thinking about that word, because it's such a hard word. And I want to talk about it corresponding with a curse word. That's why we use it so much. But I'll talk about that in my next video. And I wish everybody a blessed day. And it's a nice day today in New York. Have a good day. And it's your boy, Danny. I'm Super K. I'm giving you food for thought for food. And nice reading you. Nice being with you. Nice eating with you. All right? Okay.